Hello, my friends. If you have not listened to my last couple of videos, I think the last two, where I talk about this phrase that I think is so powerful, and I keep expanding on it in my own experience, and then I want to share that with you here. But I want to suggest you go back and just watch those two last videos and really try it out. I think it is super powerful because what it all comes down to is what identity are we identified as? Who and what is it that we experience ourselves to be 24/7? And because that is there's such a deep um, glue. It's so familiar, and it feels like the only truth. It's like, no, I'm nothing. I'm not good enough. It feels so true, and that's why it's hard to get out of it. And I shared a little more yesterday about how safety is a very, very important part. You can watch it here because we are not going to leave the familiar if we don't feel safe. Now, today I want to embellish a little more on the gap that I talked about yesterday, because we want to find out, what's going to bring us from this old, outdated identity, although we're still totally in the grip of it. But underneath, we just feel this longing to be, loving and capable and successful and embracing, peaceful. It's there and we long for it. And as much as I also talk about how important the longing is that we go there and let that expand as we realize that that is our divine nature shining through, pushing from the inside, wanting a new expression is done with this contraction. And that's why we feel it. But because this contraction is so familiar, it even feels safe, like I talked about yesterday. It's very sticky. It's hard to come in here and stay there and allow it to expand. So, what I talked about yesterday is like we don't feel fully safe in being that expression that we long for. And not only long for, I think most of us know deep inside that this is true. This is my true being. So, why is it so hard to be it? Well, it's because what I talked about yesterday, it's the familiarity, it's the not feeling safe, and there's still these deep rooted beliefs, limiting beliefs that we can't do it because we don't really have proof that it's going to work, that it's possible. It's almost like we need some kind of proof, right? So we can start feeling it and believing it. And that's why we never really make the full leap. I know most of us take a lot of steps and back, right? Self-sabotage, fear, familiarity, all the beliefs, all the limitations that keep pulling us back. And then we make another effort. We might even get a little further. We might start feeling some of this and then back. This practice, and of course, we all know that, but we don't take it fully to heart, right? Those who do, they really succeed. And we need to make 100% commitment to get over here. I did um, I did a 6-week online course a while ago called Say Yes to Yourself Without Guilt or Doubt. So that's one I taught. It is available on my website if you wanted to purchase that. But that is like, that goes through also what it is that keeps pulling us back. Now, today, I want to really emphasize, like yesterday, what makes it easier to stay in this new experience and new identity. So, what I want to add today is when you say the sentence, I am somebody who, and that will, as we're moving to the new, I am somebody who used to believe that I couldn't change. When you say it that way, you're actually very much aligned with your experience. It's not saying like, oh, I am somebody who, and then what we want to be. It might be way too much. Our nervous system cannot fully embody that yet, but we can start taking a step out as if we're taking a step into the future. Or, future is a funny word, isn't it? Because there really is only now. It's like taking a step into another reality, into another possibility, because we do live in an infinite, in a universe with infinite possibilities. They're all here. They're all here. And it's up to us to start living in and as and from one that we resonate more with, one that we long for, that we really are ready to express and experience now, because we're done with this timeline or this reality. And that's why I always say the other one is already here. And the reason we long for it, because it's getting closer. It's like calling us home or calling us to experience and express something new. So just by taking that one step out of the old, as if you're already in the new or in another one, I think I should use the one there. It's another one. Yeah, it's a new one, a new experience. So there is this timeline waiting for you where you can look back at this one and say, yeah, I used to be somebody who didn't think I could ever make it here. So you are aligned, but you're out of it, right? You're looking back like I used to be. That means you're not that anymore. I would say, just like yesterday, use these kind of statements or phrases for a while where you can start really feeling like, wow, this is actually tangible. I can feel that. You can also say, I am somebody who is on my way out of this old expression. When I used to say that, it always gave me a sense of big relief because it was in the present moment. I am somebody who is on my way out of this insanity. And I could take a deep breath and say, like, oh, what a relief. I'm actually on my way out of it. And then I can say something like, yeah, because I'm really taking those steps now and making this a daily practice so that eventually all those neural pathways will align with this new timeline or this new expression. So try them all out. What is most important is that it's something that you feel like click, like, oh, click. Something relaxes, something feels safe, right? When we are not feeling safe, we're contracted. When we feel safe, we relax. So that sentence might give us a sense of safety. It's like, oh, it's actually possible. Oh, I used to be somebody who didn't believe it was possible, but now I'm somebody who is on my way out of it. And in that, I am somebody who is believing that it is possible for me. I want to just ask you to take a breath in all of this and just see if you can breathe it in and see where and how that lands for you. These are huge steps, my friends. They're not like the bypass leap where we go here and all this stuff is still holding us back and pulling us back. It's not one where we have to fight our way through all this and push and effort. It's one where we really, really honor where we are. That's why we need to know first where we are. I'm here. Over here, I am somebody believing that I can't do it. I am somebody who will never have enough. You need to know what that is so that you will know what first steps will be in resonance with your nervous system and with your intelligence, right? If you go past your intelligence is going to go like, come on, right? But if you stay within that field where your mind can accept it, your nervous system can receive it, you start feeling that release, that relaxed click. And in that, just that relaxation, that is what is needed over here where we are like this. It's like we are stuck in there because we're so tight. But when we get this first breath of relief, there's an opening, and in that, the energy starts coming in. Remember this, one of my favorite quotes too is God, God abhors a vacuum. So because God abhors it, doesn't like it, it zooms right in when there is one. Now, when we're like this, there's no vacuum. It's like tight and stuck. But when we go like, oh, I am now somebody who is moving out of the stuckness because I'm really practicing this. You feel that breath coming in, or a click, or a deep breath. That is the energy that helps you open up to welcome, to attract, to magnetize is what many people talk about, right? The thought sends it out, the emotion magnetizes it in. So as I'm speaking, I'm kind of remembering things I've heard from the past. So you get this, I am on my way out of the belief. I'm somebody who's moving away from the belief that I can't change. What a relief that is. Deep breath. In that deep breath, that opening, that relaxation, this new can start finding us. This divine that abhors a vacuum can start filling us up from within. And in that, these experiences are going to show up more in our lives as, miracles, serendipities, whatever. And the more that happens, the more we'll have this deep breath like, oh my God, it really is true. An even deeper breath, and more can start coming in. So you have the one from yesterday about feeling safe, right? You use that in that gap between the old and the new, or between this timeline and that timeline. And you start saying it to yourself many times a day, but sit down or stop or pause and take a few, you know, relaxing breaths first so you can feel it. That this is not happening from here. If you're doing it from here, don't even bother. Make sure that you can find a space where you can relax, and then you speak whatever statement of I am somebody who. And if you have another one that works better for you, use what works. Use what helps you get to the place where you can really feel the truth of it. And then you are becoming that somebody who can say, I am somebody who. You can also say that I am somebody who is becoming somebody who feels safe with being loved or being successful, right? We use these in between statements to kind of fill the gap so we won't get pulled back, right? We let that gap be filled from the divine because the divine abhors a vacuum. So this vacuum needs to be filled up with the divine. And that happens every time we take a deep breath, feel relaxed, open up more, receive more, and we slowly, or maybe not so slowly, we start experiencing more of the new reality, which is waiting for us. You're not trying to chase it or effort your way there. No, that's the old way. It's very familiar, right? So it's going to be a little unfamiliar where all you need to do now is just what I've shared here and then start saying or feeling, I am somebody who receives my fulfillment or the divine fulfillment effortlessly. You know what it is that you want. And that is where we are moving. You're starting to live in a different reality, a different timeline, a different possibility, where the rules from this timeline of efforting and hardship and limitations, they don't exist here because you don't want them anymore. So, my friends, please give it a try. Please share with me. I would so love to hear from you how it works, because I know that if we really do this work, it works. It's not difficult, right? This is not one where you have to go out and conquer the world. You take some time many times a day and just like, oh, I'm somebody who feels safe in being loved. I'm somebody who is on my way out of the old. And then suddenly you will say, I am now somebody who attracts my deepest longing effortlessly, because now you are it, but you have to feel it. I know I'm repeating myself, but this bears repeating. I'm repeating it to myself all the time. First thing in the morning, I let myself feel it, be it. And then during the day and on my walk and when I do yoga and when I, whatever, all the time, so that it is becoming my new timeline, because this one is done. This goes down. This one here goes down for all of us with the old paradigm as the new earth is arising. The new earth, if we want to fit into the new earth, we need to let go of this, because this is not going to fit in here, right? Striving, limitations, that's not of the new earth. That was the old earth. So now we're going to practicing living in and as the new earth as little light cells who are beginning to shine the new earth, and then we are shining it for others. not by doing anything unless we want to, but by being it. And then if we feel moved to, we can support others in connecting with theirs also and being it. And by being it, we are beaming it. And that's how we really start inhabiting, embodying the new earth. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful day.